studied systems design engineering at the University of Waterloo. Did lots of cool internships. Really, like, when I started studying engineering, I didn't really know what I wanted to do. And going through those internships and co-op terms and working with different product teams, different organizations, from startups to big corporations, really opened up my eyes to what are these different organizations are doing, what are these different roles, like what software engineers do, what product managers do, what designers do, and it was really eye-opening for me and allowed me to kind of start my journey a little bit earlier to really focus on things that I found really interesting and I found really engaging at work. Started as a software engineer, did work at a few startups in different cities, Vancouver, New York, Toronto, and really liked that aspect of it. But one thing that always stood out to me was that, you can have the most brilliant, the smartest engineers on your team, but if you don't have a clear direction, if you don't have clear objectives and key results for your team, and if you don't have a mission statement that inspires your engineers to do their best, team doesn't really get anywhere. And even though we had really smart product managers, the engineers were never inspired to bring their best, to bring their A game to work every day. And, when you would look at the key performance indicators or the company's or the product's mission statement or the objectives and key results, it just didn't seem, they were not adding up. They were not really, tying back to the company's value prop and why customers and users would use the product in the first place. So that got me really interested. During that internship, I got to work with a lot of different product managers and got to talk to a lot of different product managers about how they manage their team. And one thing that really resonated with me and really came out of all those conversations was how, as a product manager, you can define a clear set of objectives and key results for your team in a way that you can inspire them every day. What was working at Google didn't really work well at a startup when I tried it later. So I had to readjust a lot of those things to, make a lot of changes to still inspire the engineers, a team with the key results and objectives that we had. That's something I found really interesting. But then as I started working at Shopify and started working with a lot of different entrepreneurs all around the world, helping them run their businesses, the one thing that again stood out again was that, the ones with a really solid product strategy that could differentiate themselves from their competitors excelled and did really well in the App Store. Again, I work with a lot of entrepreneurs that they had the greatest app, the greatest idea, but they couldn't really have a high retention rate because they were working on the wrong features, on the wrong strategy, and they never took the time to go back and revisit some of the fundamental attributes and fundamental things about their product. And again, that was also something that got me more interested in product management and understanding how valuable it is to an organization. Essentially, you can, have all the money in the world, all the resources in the world. If you don't have a solid and strong product team, you cannot simply execute, and you cannot be, a competitive player in your competitive landscape. And when I joined CrowdRiff last year, that we used a lot of those learnings that I got, from Shopify and Google and all the other startups that I was part of, to really succeed in creating meaningful value for customers. And just to kind of tell you a little bit more about CrowdRiff, we are an AI-powered visual content marketing platform that enables destination marketing organizations to promote a destination to travelers. So we work with Destination Canada, Travel Kansas, Destination Cleveland, Holland Marketing, and tons and tons of cool destinations. And what we do is we essentially aggregate all their visuals from Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter that have been posted on these social channels, and we aggregate them all, and then we use artificial intelligence to enable these marketers to essentially cut through the noise and all the scam and all the other things that come through these social channels and see what matters. Only find those visuals that that can bring a lot of traffic to the website, and also promote the destination. And then I joined Progress. We didn't really have we were just essentially a social media aggregator. We had tons of competitors in the space, and we didn't really have a strong differentiator. And it came all down to product strategy to be able to create value for our customers. We started competing on price with a lot of competitors, but as we all know, that never ends well. Like you always end up like basically baking features and matching the features with your competitors. So we knew that we needed to do things differently, and our amazing CEO and CTO, they kind of worked with me and allowed me to bring a really strong product strategy to the company, where we essentially transitioned into a product-led company and we focus on building an AI-first product. And what I've noticed also is that a lot of companies, they are trying to add AI to the top of their product, and they're not willing to go back to rebuild the product with an AI-first mentality. And I guess a good analogy for that would be kind of a mobile-first design, mobile-first product development, mobile-first product management. You can't really just add a mobile component or mobile layer to the top of your existing product. You really have to rethink your product from a mobile-first approach. And that's something that we started doing at Progress, and we decided to make that investment to build an AI-first product. And that required some, revisiting some of the core functionalities that we had, and thinking and asking ourselves, how can we streamline this process? How can we streamline these features? And these are things that are really cool about product management, right? No other role in the world allows you to enter a company, an organization, and completely transform the way they do business, the way they build their product. And yeah, that's what fascinates me about product management every day.